Previously on Real Garbage.
Are you saying your piss is brown?
Yes, like Reese peanut butter cup.
And now, coming up on this episode of Real Garbage, we talk about elevator music,
Where the hell are you riding elevators?
we try to figure out what show that guy was in,
The
Wings?
professor.
Yes.
Was it Wings?
Something like that. I think so, yeah.
and Clint talks about showing his old favorite cartoons to his friends.
Most people, when I put it on, they're just like, I can't. What are you doing?
All that and more on this episode of Real Garbage. But first, here's a quick word from our fake sponsors.
Today's episode is brought to you by croissants. Let me tell you, a good ham and cheese croissant could change your life. So reach out and grab a ham and cheese croissant today.
This episode is brought to you by spitting in a tube and finding some shit out about yourself.
This episode is also brought to you by Brondo, the thirst mutilator.
Real Garbage.
Hi, Clint.
Hi, Clint.
Hello.
It's shaking. Wow, I sound really loud. I guess because you need to pull that mic. You just keep that mic about a fist away from your face.
Fist away. About a fist away.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Man, I'm just bassy. I'm like really.
You're bassy?
Maybe I just need to back away from the mic a little bit.
Yeah. Fist away, Jeff.
Just a fist. Just a fist.
Just a fist.
I'm just a fist away.
I'm just climatizing to the distance away from the mic.
Yeah. Well, don't you just
Just
pull it to your face?
Just hammer it in there.
Yeah. Well, I just want to hear what you sound like when it's right up there.
Hello. Good day, mate.
There you go.
G'day, mate.
How those headphones sound?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Are
good.
those? Is that your gaming headset?
Yeah, they were cheap. They were like
Cool.
$24 instead of like 57. It was like a lightning
yeah.
sale. I was like, well,
Yeah.
I need one.
Well, gotta do it.
Yeah, that's a good price.
So, any good pizza lately?
Yeah.
No, there's it's been hell out there. No, the Roost the other day was really, really good. Super windy though. If you watch that, you could literally can't hear me talk at all.
Oh.
But really good pizza.
But you were saying it didn't have sauce.
I missed the menu. Kind of had like some pizzas down at the bottom for some reason in a box, and then 4 specialty pizzas up top. So I just saw the specialty pizzas because I was in line and they were like asking me to order it right now, like while everyone was waiting. So I got the garlic garden and just took a couple vegetables off of it. So it was basically just cheese with like some spinach or whatever.
Cheese bread.
Yeah, with no sauce. So I didn't realize that till afterwards, but
Weird.
It was damn good though. Still, Sydney actually runs the show. I'm starting to realize as far as pizza.
Yeah, pizza, or Sydney has the monopoly on pizza.
But Mariner, you're not a big fan of Mariner though.
Oh, man. Mariners.
Nothing, it's nothing personal. It's just,
Because Mariner is like I don't know. I guess I'd go ahead and say it's a 9.1.
yeah.
That's what I give it, a 9.1.
Yeah,
both did,
I saw your high ratings, and I was like,
Oh,
whoa.
that's so for the viewers and listeners that don't know, Clint is the host of Vancouver Island Pizza Reviews, VIP reviews on YouTube, and he's been. How many have you tested out now? Like 90?
Yeah. It's been about 67 million. No, I'm joking. I'm at I think it's 86 or something like that.
That's
Cool.
I didn't like when you don't even think about it. There's that many pizza places or places you can
Yeah.
get pizza in town.
Totally, yeah. Actually, when I first started it, numerous people were like, "You're going to be done next month," and I was like,
Well, that was kind of my first thought when I saw that you were doing it. I was like, there's not a lot of places. Like I go to the
Yeah.
villages across the street,
Yeah.
and every once in a while I get like Keating pizza, but that's about all I think about.
Yeah.
And then just checking out Mariners with you, I was like, damn,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is really good. I didn't even know this existed.
"That's true. That was your first time having it too, right?"
Yep.
Yeah. Evan gave
10
it a
out of
10.
10.
Yeah.
Little rascal.
We'll put a little link to
Evan
the
loves-
episode right here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one with the plane flying above us.
Oh, yeah.
That place is just insane. I don't know how anybody can live under a flight path.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I mean,
It's fine right now.
if the price is right.
yeah, $1.2 million. And oh yeah, by the way, a jet's going to fly over your head
Yeah.
every 5 minutes for the rest of your life. Cool.
Sign me up.
Just seems insane. Yeah. What's new?
Spit in a tube.
It's 23andMe or what?
Yeah, I did 23andMe because it was on sale for Amazon Prime Day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
Bezos.
Bezos. And it came, like, the shit that came back was really interesting. I had no idea they could determine that level of stuff from your spit, like from your DNA.
Yeah.
Apparently it said, based on your DNA, you prefer salty food over sweet food. And I was like, yes. And it was like, based on your DNA, you're less likely to be afraid of heights. Yes. Based on your DNA, this one is a joke. Like, I think it's hilarious. Based on my DNA, my muscle composition is that of an elite power athlete. Ha!
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I was a
was
gymnast
powered.
and a diver. Like,
A diver.
A diver. But I picture my ancestors like, we set it up perfectly for you, and here you are doing nothing.
We'll be right back after this quick fake commercial. From the creators of 23andMe comes the newest revolution in DNA testing, 33andMe. 33andMe tells you everything that 23andMe tells you with a little extra on the side. 33andMe tells you things like which side of the bed you prefer, if you like the smell of your own farts, or if you prefer salty snacks over sweet. 33andMe will answer the hard questions like, was your mother a whore or a prude? Was your dad secretly gay or bisexual? Because we know you're pretty sure your dad's good friend Danny is more than just a friend. 33andMe will also tell you detailed information about your place and date of birth, as well the place and date of your demise. Pick up your 33andMe DNA test today at www.clonemeup.com. And don't you worry, we're definitely not using your DNA to create a clone army. 33andMe is most definitely using your DNA to create a clone army that will be used to take over the entire global population, hence the knowledge of the place and date of your demise. Also, this product is totally made up and you should not try and buy 33andMe. 33andMe. It's not real.
Based on your DNA, you're going to jail for 10 years.
Yeah.
But did it tell you your ethnic background? Like,
yes.
So what's your family tree? Like, what's your... Where does it go back to?
Irish and Scottish, but we already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish and Portuguese. Did not know that.
You got a little bit of a stonemason in you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, so something really interesting came back, and I'm really bummed about it. So there is 0.2 North African in me. And that means that my no good white colonizers did the bad shit.
You were a part
to
of
their
it.
slave. Yeah.
You were involved.
Like, that came back, and I have never been more upset. I was like,
yeah, but we all know that happened.
no, I know. I know it's not like a secret, but just like having that put in my face, like confirmed.
Yeah.
How far back does that go though? Like,
Well,
how far is this?
slavery was
No,
like
I mean, like,
100
how far
years
is the
ago.
lineage that they give you go back?
Oh, they don't give you like a specific family tree. They just give you like your genetics and your health.
But I'm
stuff.
wondering if that 0.25% is
Oh, that was
like
eons ago.
yeah, like
Yeah.
8,000 years ago or something.
It was like sooner than that. But it also there was something cool.
I mean, like, what if that's like prehistoric?
Okay.
If they're like 0.25% of Neanderthal in there.
No, get ready for this. Speaking of Neanderthal.
You're a 1% dragon.
Ever since I found this out, Brandon's been roasting me. I have more Neanderthal DNA than 82% of the people who did 23andMe.
Wow.
So catch me running around a fire just chimping out.
They just-
like,
I love how they just throw that in there.
yeah, they're like, hey, did you know that you're a cave troll?
Here's this last stat.
Yeah. But
Interesting what they're checking. Like, that's just, or what they're telling you.
People have literally gone to jail from that stuff, though, eh? Like, they've done...
From DNA test.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, like DNA in general. Like when you find DNA at a crime scene or something. Or are you
Yeah, the
talking like
system.
from 23andMe, though, where they're like, hey, I'm just going to check out, see if I'm Irish. And all of a sudden the cops are kicking the door and like,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
you, mother...
Yeah, Google it. There's like
Yeah.
there's a couple stories of people like doing that. to get
Seriously?
their, to get their like,
Yeah.
and they're just like, you're going to jail, sucker.
The other thing
that's
I
crazy.
remembered. you can sign up to be notified if any other person who has done 23andMe is related to you.
Oh, crazy.
So I did that because why
Why
not?
not?
Let's see if what comes back is going to be traumatic. It wasn't, but I have second and third and fourth and fifth cousins all over the world. Like there's some in Australia. Love that. There's a lot in Europe. Makes sense. Like the majority of me is European. And then there's a lot in America, and I'm like, no.
You're a Yankee.
So what? Yeah, but you said second and third cousin, like a second cousin.
Means we share like great grandparents or one great grandparent, I think.
Oh, because I call like my cousin's kids my second cousins. That's what somebody said.
I don't know how it works. I don't know how the stuff works. But yeah, it also told me I have like the gene that could possibly increase my likelihood of just completely going blind when I'm older. And I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Neanderthal DNA, I'm going to go blind.
That was another
salty
one on
snacks.
That was another one on the list at the bottom.
Yeah.
A couple of side notes here.
I've been-
Neanderthal.
I've been wanting to do it. I guess I didn't realize it was on sale on Amazon
You should-
during Prime Days.
Now that I've done it, I can like gift kits to people for half off. So if you want to, I'll gift you one.
I'm kind of interested in it.
They're just looking for somebody in particular. So
Yeah.
the CIA teamed up with Bezos, and they're like, "Let's do a little deal."
Well, I was thinking about that. It's like they're cloning us. As soon as you do that, they're like, we have everything on you now.
Yeah.
All of a
Friggin'
sudden,
do it.
they just you're a clone. It's like the 6th day. Arnold
I don't
Schwarzenegger.
care.
Oh, I want it to happen.
Yeah. We've had this talk before a few episodes
like 3 episodes ago.
If you got cloned, would you fuck yourself? Probably.
I wouldn't f myself, but I'd be so productive.
I don't know if I'd
Like,
be.
how is this guy on 6 shows at once? The little like twinkle.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if I would get along with myself, or at some point I'd be like, God, this guy's too
You're like,
much.
I have to fight myself.
Yeah.
Like try and
Yeah.
make it.
You and me,
Podcast
let's
it.
do it.
It would be like that episode of The Office where Dwight's demonstrating his karate and Jim's like, the only person worthy to be your opponent is yourself. And he's just like fighting himself in the office.
Because if you fought a clone of yourself, you would just know every move.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if
would you though?
you would have your reaction would be the same if it was a
Yeah.
total clone of you. You might have like, no, you'd have all the same knowledge and everything.
Yeah.
It would be
True.
super smart.
And you.
Well, I don't know.
Smart-ish. Not an idiot like in Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Yeah, this was your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Idiocracy?
Well, can we mention the 3? Okay, we
Yeah,
said
yeah.
3, and then we narrowed it down to this one. So we were going to do either MacGruber.
Oh,
See, I love
Love
MacGruber.
that
though.
movie.
Yeah.
I was MacGruber for Halloween some years back. I was saying that to Jeff earlier.
Just send me a picture. I'll put it up here.
yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. And what was the other one?
Grandma's
and
Boy.
Grandma's
Like, come
Boy.
on. Grandma's Boy is so awesome.
Yeah, Nick Swardson in that.
Thinking about getting metal legs. Risky procedure, but it's totally worth it.
Where'd you get the race car bed? Got it from my roommates.
Your parents. I want to get a CB. I could talk to other car beds. So yeah, Idiocracy from 2006. Would you like to nutshell this movie for people? Just give them the cliff notes of what Idiocracy is about, and then we'll jump into it.
Okay, so Idiocracy is basically it came out in 2006. It's Luke Wilson as a star, and it's basically a Mike Judge film, the guy who created like Beavis and Butthead, and it's basically just showing what the future could look like, and it basically looks like America now, or just
Yeah.
before Biden got in, I guess, or whatever. But like it's been turmoil over there in the States, and it just kind of looks like that. It just shows what it's going to look like in 75 or whatever it is, where it's just like there's a Costco and that's it for the world, and you guys we'll talk about it more, but just shows how the world gets really dumbed down, and basically Luke Wilson goes ahead in time and he becomes the smartest man in the world.
In 2505.
2505.
500 years.
20 years off.
I love how big the Costco is.
I know.
They're looking at it from 10 miles away. It's just miles long.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love how this movie opens up. It's just it's a explanation of what's happening. It's the great narrator voice talking about how smart people aren't reproducing anymore and all the stupid people are reproducing. And they talk about a point I've made before. They have no natural predators. It's like the humans had no natural predators. So
It's like
just,
and it's like an Attenborough.
yeah.
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 But that's what we need, man. We need to be scared of something. We're not scared of anything.
Yeah. It's true.
Dragons are Buick-sized eagles.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before.
Buick-sized eagles?
Buick-sized, like
I've never-
car-sized eagles.
I've never heard that term. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a bird term.
The size of a...
You ever seen that Buick one?
the Buick eagle.
So stoic. Flying through the, I don't know.
Soaring through the air. The Buick eagle picks up humans.
Carries them off to their nest.
But how scared would you be if you just walked outside and there was like, you had to look up and make sure there was like, we were outside smoking a joint. All of a sudden, if you just got picked up by an eagle,
Yeah.
just gone.
I'm
Shit, he's gone.
I'm already afraid of birds, so I would just pass away if there were Buick-sized eagles in the sky. It's not like a bird. It's like no.
Yeah.
Like
Anything Buick-sized.
A disgust.
Huge.
Oh, I mean of regular birds. Like I'm just disgustedly afraid of them. If I hear a bird squawk, I'm like
Like a robin,
no.
like a little robin.
Yeah, fuck that. No. Or like the worst is when I'm downtown trying to mind my own business and there's a huge gang of pigeons in this.
Yeah. And
Get
you know they're
outta
talking
here.
shit and they're like, what's
Yeah,
she
they're
doing
like-
down here?
Yeah.
And they got the New York accent.
Yeah, they're like, what's
yeah.
this broad doing down here on
You're in
Broad
our
Street?"
space.
Walking on a sidewalk, huh?
We'll shit wherever we want. We have been for 20 years.
Yeah, disgusting. I want my house to have all those spikes on the roof like the buildings do downtown so the birds don't roost.
Be gargoyles and spikes.
Sharp posts for the
Yeah.
Buick eagles. What size was that?
Buick size. Only two can fit on a roof. They get messed up by the spikes.
They're just taking out buses.
They're just
and
landing
cars.
and then falling down the sides and dying. There's just piles of dead Buick birds all
Yeah.
around the sides.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy.
It'll be a bird moat.
Yeah.
It's the next. Okay. Yeah, we get the story. Okay, Cleavon's family tree. I was looking up trivia. I was looking up trivia on this one. Contained. They had a goat in there.
Yep.
A chimp. Hank Hill was in there. I think Bobby Hill was in there. There was also a dog, Condoleezza Rice, and I can't remember who else. There were like 5 other celebrities.
Yeah.
And his family tree that just kept popping up like crazy.
I actually
Cleavon.
missed most of that. I heard what you said, but I missed that in the movie. I didn't see that.
Well, yeah,
Condoleezza
because
Rice was
it's
in
going
there?
so fast. I looked up trivia because I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at the trivia of this movie and see what it
okay.
was all about.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had like I don't know how many
I wonder why they
real
threw
people.
Condoleezza Rice in there.
No idea.
Just
Conde.
Yeah.
Just to mess with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because I think there might have been like Emperor Palpatine or something.
Yeah.
I don't know about Star Wars, but there were some crazy characters.
There's a lot of they're not all A-list, of course, but there's a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Well, this movie had so many Easter eggs too, little hidden things that you wouldn't know. Like Upgrade was played by
Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually got some notes about him. I think
Nice.
that's really- I love how it's
Upgrade.
I love how it's upgrade, but it's not. It's spelled like UPGRAYEDD.
Double D.
Double D for a double dose of pimpin'.
Oh my goodness.
And the guy that says that, he's like the military.
Yeah,
Like,
he's the like
that
really
guy-
nerdy.
that's my favorite guy in the whole movie.
Yeah.
What's his name? I can't even remember his name. Collins.
Collins.
Yeah.
Come on, Collins.
There's one part where he walks into that. I can't obviously say the whole thing, but he walks. They're like the Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph.
Oh my
They're in like the
Yeah.
beds about to get taken away or whatever, and to do the experiment. And then Collins walks in and goes,
Okay, my niggas, we're almost set here. Just go ahead and lie down, relax.
he's like the nerdiest like military guy.
Yeah,
and-
hangs
and-
out with the pimp ones.
Oh my goodness, the montage of him hanging out with
He's got the
Scarface,
whole
partying,
slide. He's got the whole slideshow set up.
trying to go through them quickly so no one sees it.
Come
Yeah.
on, Collins.
Collins.
Well, he was all prepared to like introduce them to
Yeah.
the world of pimping, and he's like, "Well, pimping ain't like, no, come on, Collins, we don't need to
Skip
do this."
it.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay, fine. Like you could tell that somebody's wanting to go. Hold on, whoa, what was that?
Yeah, yeah.
Show us all of them.
Guess you don't want to see these 60 slides.
I just have to say, right off the bat, you can tell this movie is a product of its time, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's one of those movies, also like The Hangover and like American Pie, where you watch this and you immediately can tell like the decade it was made in based off of A, the actors, but B, the comedy and the dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
And 2, Brandon never watches movies with me. Even if we're watching a good one for the episode, he just never, he's at his desk playing games. And as soon as this movie started, and he was absorbed like when the family tree hit, and he watched this entire movie with me just in his computer chair. He was just swirled around like watching. Yeah. And when it ended, I was like, I didn't hate it. Like, I actually had a good time and I enjoyed watching it. And Brandon was like, well, I watched it too. Like, his video game was open and he just ignored it for an hour and 24 minutes and was watching this. So
Interesting that this is the movie
yeah,
to get his undivided attention.
It's funny. A lot of people have mentioned to him that I was doing the podcast, and I said it was Idiocracy, and everyone that I pretty much told was like, "I love that movie.
It's a great movie."
yeah, I had never heard of it, never seen it before.
Yeah.
And I was very pleasantly surprised.
But it's not considered to be like a good movie, right? Like
No.
if you go to,
Yeah.
I think on
It got
65 or something.
76 and 60.
Oh,
60.
wow.
60
Yeah,
by the
76 from the critics and 60 from the viewers.
which is weird.
Yeah.
The critics gave it a higher rating than the
Yeah.
audience.
well, like because it's a well done movie.
And
Like
Mike
it's,
Judge did some for some foreshadowing, right?
absolutely.
A little bit. Who's more Terry Crews in this than Donald Trump?
Oh man.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
the part where he's like giving a press conference, and then a couple guys are like, "You're wrong," and he's just like AK-47 through
Yeah.
the. Then they'll go, and he's like, "That's what I thought."
We got the smartest man in the world.
Yeah.
And he's gonna fix everything.
Yeah, the teleprompter starts on shit with a period.
Yeah.
Shit, period.
Just telling people, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's enough.
Sit your monkey ass down. Chill out. Shit.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
All right. Yeah, so they get Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph for the Human Hibernation Project. They put him in there for what's supposed to be a year. It ends up being 500 years.
Yeah.
And this is where we get our narrator again, where the narrator's like, and then the people, blah, 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 got dumber and dumber. Because apparently, they got busted because Collins was trying to pimp.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's
Fixing
totally what it was.
Fixing
yeah.
his
Yeah.
gold tooth that he's like, as he's getting arrested, and the newspaper's like, Upgrade. I think Upgrade went to prison.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
next day, the building got bulldozed.
Yeah.
And they just
How it
get
goes.
buried in a giant mountain of garbage till the great garbage. Oh, wait, hold on. There was supposed to be, so when like Fuddruckers became like Buttruckers
Buttfucker.
and then Buttfuckers and just kept getting worse and worse, they actually had a deleted scene, it said, where it was sports would change. So it went from like basketball to extreme baseball, where it was just teams having bat fights. But there, I guess it got cut.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I would have loved to see
That
that.
would've been
Yeah,
The
that's true.
bat fight extreme baseball league.
That'd be entertaining for sure.
And then
At least they have the Monday night rehabilitation.
one night, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we end up in this gigantic
Carl's
mountain of garbage, basically, and the garbage avalanche shoots these two pods back into the city,
Yep.
and we meet Dax Shepard.
It's so ironic that the article of garbage that caused the avalanche was a beer can, which is recyclable.
Recyclable.
Yeah. That's Mike Judge.
Well, yeah, man, like his writing, his little things, the Easter eggs are so clever.
Yeah.
Because like you miss that if you're not really paying attention.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man,
true.
what caused the avalanche?
Yeah.
A beer can.
Maya Rudolph also, she is in MacGruber as well.
Yes.
She was in 2 movies that I chose for. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Maya
awesome in
Rudolph's
this.
hilarious.
So funny.
Like,
Yeah.
she's really hot in this one too.
She is. Yeah.
She's just a hot gal.
Yeah. I really liked her on Saturday Night Live. Like when she was with Christine Wiig.
Christian, yeah, with
Those
the
two
chick-
together.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Them and Bridesmaids, them doing like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Price is Right girls,
Yeah.
and they're like, look at the chicken.
Yeah. That movie's really good. I love that. That movie's wicked.
So we meet Dax watching the Ow My Balls, the only show they watch.
Yeah.
and he's like sucking like lard out, or like he's sucking something out of that big ass bucket, and he's sitting in his chair toilet.
Oh,
Yeah.
The idea of a toilet chair, like if I could
The
shit in
idea
this couch,
sound.
if I could shit in this couch, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Because it's just gross.
yeah. Unless, no, I'm joking.
Unless it's got plumbing.
Yeah.
Even farting in your chair while you're watching TV, like shitting is a totally different monster.
Yeah, getting the shit particles out there.
Yeah. Well, did you ever watch Mythbusters?
Oh yeah,
Mythbusters, it's like they basically prove that there's like poo particles everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
gross. That's
and they
gross.
also proved that running in the rain, opposed to walking in the rain, gets you wetter.
It does.
Running in the rain gets you wetter?
Yep.
Yep.
It's been busted by the mythers.
They did it with colored, food coloring, I guess, in the water.
Yeah.
They're just walking through like red rain.
That was like my favorite episode because I was just like, "You're gonna be wrong,"
Yeah.
and they did it.
It was cool. Yeah, because as you're running, you're like basically slamming into the water. And if you're walking, it's just falling on you.
So if you ever see me now in public and it's pissing rain, I just give it a good smooth walk.
That guy's getting so wet. Yeah, but he looks
Yeah.
cool.
You guys
doing
don't
it.
even know what you're doing. Doing it all wrong.
Walking in a downpour.
Yeah. You know what I love too about when Dak Shepard's sitting there? Do you guys know who Dak Shepard's wife is?
Yes, Kristen
Yep.
Bell.
Right? How did
She
he
doesn't
do it?
age. She doesn't age.
How did he do
No.
it? But I love how when he's sitting there on screen, there's just it's just like the show is
Yeah.
3 centimeters,
And then
there's
it's
just advertisements.
All of those ads and pop-ups you get from watching too much porn on your computer
Yeah.
in like the early 2000s.
It's totally gonna be like that.
Like, it was just virus after virus after virus.
Yeah.
That's why I remember getting a PC laptop and doing that, downloading like one thing, and all of a sudden, like anything I did, it was like, whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yep.
whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Like, no, please stop. Well, that's how it is now, man. Like when I hear a commercial, I can't
I'm
do
like,
it. It
"Ah!"
makes me cringe. Like
Yeah.
I pay for YouTube Premium just so I don't get commercials.
Oh, you got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
$12. I'm like, you know what? 12. I went without it for a while, and I'm like, no. Every couple of minutes, I'm like skipping through ads, and then over time,
Sucks.
you're like singing jingles in your head, going, "What am I doing?"
What are the other like perks about it? Like, not that I'm because I just I've never had it or no.
No, I think you get like YouTube Music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then just no commercials.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if there's. I actually don't even know if there's any other perks. There's probably other stuff.
Yeah.
There's got to be some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of little jingles, you know what was running through my head when I was driving here? Elevator music. I was driving here and I was like, dun, 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 and I was like,
That's way too jamming for elevator music. Elevator music to me is like. Da,
Where the hell are you riding elevators? What was that?
like at the Chateau Victoria. It's always like a little violin. It's just like.
it's like, enjoy your dinner.
I can't even remember the last time I was in an elevator or heard music.
Last elevator I was in, it was just like. I
think I like
Little like maracas.
Yeah.
some
Some guy in the corner, like- Yeah.
I don't know where that's from.
The elevator.
Soundhound.
At
Yeah.
Uptown.
Did you say Soundhound?
Yeah, Soundhound it. That's the
Is
app.
it like a Shazam?
It's like Shazam, except Soundhound you
Sounds
can
better.
Yeah, Soundhound you can hum into it
Oh.
and it'll recognize that, or you can like tap.
Oh, wow.
I feel like Google's recorded me enough. Now they can just understand everything. If
Yeah.
I'm just humming a song, she'll be like, "You're listening to this."
I absolutely love when I go to someone's house and they have one of those things in the corner, like the little,
Oh, the Google Homes.
yeah, because I always just go like, what's another word for semen? And then it'll be like, splooge, jizz, cum. It's like, I did it one time and it went off for like a minute and someone's like parents walked in. I was like, the fuck's going on?
I remember I was playing Among Us with a group of people recently, and we were all on Discord together. And I streamed the game from my computer to my TV for a bigger screen. And I was just like, okay, Google, dim my lights without even thinking. And everyone on the call who had a Google Home, like their lights shut off. And they were like, oh, fuck's
Wait,
sake.
you tell me
Bezos.
everybody has their house hardwired into that thing, like lighting wise?
Yeah, Brandon's house entirely now. Everyone's bedrooms and the living room is Google lighting.
Crazy. I didn't realize like everybody was doing that.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. There are these Philips Hue colored lights. And every Christmas in their living room, when they put up their Christmas tree now, their lighting is like red and green, and it's like set to music. So it's like switch and switch and
Nice.
switch and switch
Yeah.
and switch.
Get your groove thing on.
Yeah, it's great.
Imagine
Really
there was
sets the mood.
Imagine there was a little robot inside that Google Home, and as that's happening, he's like, just tired.
He's like, it's too
He's working
much.
it with his feet. He's like, if I don't, I'll die.
Yeah.
This creepy episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Here's your Google Home. It's full of it. There's a fairy in there.
Yeah.
Let me out.
But
So-
it has like a smoker's like voice. Get me out of here, eh?
This is my 8th Google Home this year.
I'll suck you.
Okay, hold on. Where
So
are we?
they have awoken in 2505.
Oh yeah, so
Well,
he's
not they. He has.
he makes his way, gets thrown out of the window, makes his way to the hospital, which is terrifying.
Yeah. The hospital's just like a giant Carl's Jr.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Like Carl's Jr. is basically the sponsor of everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one guy that just says it every time.
Yeah.
They pay me every time I say
It's a good way to make money. If you're the smartest guy in the world, how do you not know that?
Carl's Jr. I like the Carl's Jr. machine that we get to here in a minute. Yeah, he goes to the hospital. He's trying to figure out what's wrong with him. He gets Dr. Justin Long.
Oh, Justin Long was like such a national treasure in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that movie was terrible.
Dude, I know. I think I got it for like $4 from Blockbuster, like used or something.
I think I watched it in theaters, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was way back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. I just want to say, too, because I forgot to mention it just because it was earlier. One last thing about Collins. This was literally one of my favorite parts of the entire movie. There's a part where he's sitting at his desk. I think this is right before he gets busted. And he's sitting at the desk. Yeah, and he's got like a gold tooth in, and he's looking in the mirror, and he throws up like a gang sign. And then he gets tackled. That part I rewound and watched a couple times. Like, oh my goodness.
It's this first gold tooth.
I
Yeah.
just loved that part. Yeah. This is a little...
So he's talking to Justin Long, and this is where he's telling him, he's like, well, you're all fucked up, and you talk like a fag, and you sound retarded.
Yeah, that part's really... I love that.
You can tell it's 06 right there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and doesn't he walk in smoking like a huge fucking... like
Yeah.
Joint.
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Right?
I don't know how to say this, but you're all fucked up.
You're all fucked up.
So if you want to like, just pay the thing right here.
Yeah, just scan. And then he's like, what? And then Justin Long acts like the monster from Monsters, Inc. who has a sock on him coming back. And it's like, you don't have a barcode.
Yeah. So, yeah, when he puts like 2 and 2 together, he's like, wait, it's 2505. Must be a typo. And he sees everything else, and he's like, oh, crap. And looks out the window, and he's like, oh, man, this is messed up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you don't have a tattoo.
Starts humping the wall.
Was this
Yeah.
unscannable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unscannable!
Oh, God, no. Then what happens right then? And he busts out. He runs out of the hospital, doesn't
Yeah.
He runs out of the hospital, and then, wait, hold
he? The
on.
cops are chasing him, I think.
Oh, so there's a sign as he's running outside. It says, "If you don't smoke
Oh, I love that part.
Oh, yeah.
Torrentons,
Then
Hang on.
fuck you.
Tarreltons. Yeah, if you don't smoke Tarreltons, fuck you." And apparently, there's like a Surgeon General's warning on that thing. It says the Surgeon General will fuck you up, but he has like a voice box in one arm or something, but he
Yeah.
can still take you.
And it's a picture of like a dude with his shirt off. Just mean mugging the...
Crazy advertisement. So yeah, he gets chased. Then he gets arrested because the lady standing outside of Carl's Jr. the vending machine's like, I ordered my big ass fries.
Right. Yes.
It's like, would you like another big ass fries? Then she gets spritzed in the face. It's like, my children are starving. It's
Yeah.
like, you're an unfit mother. The police are on their way.
Yeah, when she gets spritzed, it's the machine just like, this ought to calm you down. It's like, you are a bad mother.
Your children are starving.
Yeah.
And then she wanders away, and he gets tackled. And this is where he gets arrested and goes to prison.
Yeah.
The prison.
Breaks out.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm actually supposed to be getting out today. Stupid. You're in the wrong line.
And I love how their prison uniforms are like this sparkly neoprene or spandex, and then the orange Crocs.
Yeah. And the guy that's sitting on there's a huge guy in the yard.
Yeah.
He's like 400 pounds and he's just pointing at Luke Wilson like, you're going to be underneath me next.
And he's like, I gotta escape.
Yeah. And all the buddies are like behind the big guy. Like, yeah, you are going to be underneath him. Yeah.
I love how, he just walks out. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you better check those files back there. And then just sprints.
Yeah. The guy's like, right, files. Yes.
Yeah, you're not in the system. Oh, let's check the files. And he goes back to Dax's place.
Yeah, his
Oh,
lawyer.
He does get put on, what's the
on
guy's name?
trial.
On trial with the judge from, I always.
Dodgeball.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, as soon as I saw that judge, I was like, we need to do Dodgeball on this show.
That's such a good movie.
I
See, that's
love
another great
Dodgeball.
one.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody. Yeah, his trial is ridiculous.
Oh.
Dodgeball, though, just for 1 sec, because I just absolutely love that movie. But like, a couple of my favorite parts was where he's like, "Turn it up, Michelle. I want to burn." and then when he says the no, I don't want to. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And then Ben Stiller runs off and hops on a little moped behind like a 7-foot dude. Oh my goodness.
I love the characters he plays. I was just watching Happy Gilmore the other day, and when he's playing that, like, oh, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. I forgot about that character.
That is honestly one of my favorite. Like, I'm glad you brought that up. That's got to be one of my favorite characters that Ben Stiller does as a cameo, or maybe just in general. Like, it's so good to me.
I like him in Tenacious D: The Pick of Destiny.
Oh, okay, you know
The
what?
guy at the music store.
I haven't seen that movie. I've seen it, but not like I didn't watch it the whole way through. Not because it wasn't good.
It's worth watching.
I really want to see it.
Just, like,
Jack Black.
I found this book written all in Latin, so I moved to Greece, learned Latin. He's like, why don't you just get someone to translate it for you and let him read it too? That's a great character. Okay, he gets out of prison, goes to Dax's place, convinces him to help him. And they find Rita. They find Rita. Oh, this is when there's like a car chase, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because she's hooking. Because she wakes up, she's hooking, and she realizes she's like, oh, I can just make these guys wait. So she's got some guy like on the clock for 4 days, paying like, oh yeah, baby, I can wait. Like, you wait till tomorrow. Oh, I can wait tomorrow. So good.
Yeah.
Here you go, giving her money.
And she's worried the entire time that Scarface is going to come back and beat her
Yeah.
ass because she's missing with the money. And they're like 500 years. And
She hasn't realized the upgrade's dead.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys watch the after?
Post-credit scene? Yeah.
oh, you know what?
Watch
I didn't watch it. Like I remember seeing it. What happens again? I remember seeing it like
Upgrade comes out of a third
The hibernation pod.
capsule. And he's like walking in his blue fur and his blue fedora.
Massive coat. And just, puts a hat on. He's like, oh, I'll find this bitch.
I'm gonna find this hoe.
I love how that like happened. Like Scarface was just
I
in
know.
a Mike Judge movie. Like there had to be something where they like had some sort of a prior.
He was part of the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
And they did the song
for Office
Back Up in
Space.
Your Ass with the Resurrection in 2000.
Office Space. Yeah.
So I'm like, that's one connection there.
Totally. Yeah, that's what it is for sure.
I love that he's just like, hey, I'm going to get Scarface to play this pimp.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was. I loved it.
Upgrade.
Upgrade.
Oh, yeah. So they get her. And they eventually get caught by the cops again.
Yeah, because when they're driving, he like gets scanned because at this point he has a barcode and he's not sure.
Oh yeah. I love when they go to give him the tattoo, and he's just like sticks his hand in there. They're asking him the question. You're like, "What's your first name? What's your last name?" He just says, "Not sure," and they just solidify that.
Not
tattoo.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they end up going to Costco now before they go to the
Get
White
the
House.
time machine.
And again, I loved how massive Costco looked from the top of that hill they were on.
Yeah, they were in aisle like 1,167 or something when they got caught.
I love all the spelling mistakes.
Yeah.
And the entrance 28.
Yeah.
And the host is like, "Welcome to Costco. I love
you."
you." And he's like, Luke Wilson's wondering where how Dax Shepard knows where everything is, and he's like, "Don't worry about it. I went to law school here."
The time machine. No, yeah, 'cause they're trying to find a time machine. Or you think that Luke Wilson would realize that at one point, like, oh wow, yeah, everybody's just stupid.
Yeah.
And I can't trust anything that these people are saying.
I guess the only like saving grace he had is that the Dax was telling him that the guy who created the machine was made like years and years and years ago. Because
That's right.
but because like other than that, I mean,
And I guess, yeah, finding out it was 500 years, you'd have to start thinking, well, how long has it been since the last really smart person died?
Yeah.
Because it's people who haven't seen it, it's to the point where, and like don't get me wrong, like I'm not, but it's this if you talk well, if you're well spoken, that's considered to be like faggy.
Yeah. Like,
So that's what you're dealing with in this movie. So.
He could understand them, but when he talked, he sounded pompous and faggy.
Joe was able to understand them, but when he spoke in an ordinary voice, he sounded pompous and faggy to them.
The narrator just makes this movie.
Yeah.
So now they get picked up by the police again, taken to the White House because he gets caught trying to figure out the time travel paradox in his head where he's like, wait, if I do this, then Rita will be all right. She can go back. But then, wait a minute, hold on. If I'm still here, then I haven't done it right. Ah, crap.
Yeah.
He just gets hung up doing that. And they meet President Camacho. Did anybody write down his full name?
no.
No.
Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho.
Terry Crews.
In this movie, he went by Terry Allen Cruz, and I thought that was really interesting. And I wonder, like, when he dropped the Allen.
Probably after that sexual harassment case.
Wait, what?
Didn't he get like there was some sort of story where he got like Me Too'd by like a Hollywood producer or something like that.
Oh, shit.
Which is crazy.
He Me Too'd a Hollywood producer.
Terry Crews?
Yeah. Like a Hollywood. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Which is crazy
Yeah,
'cause
that's
that makes more sense.
more believable.
But it's
yeah.
not also because like Terry Crews is like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it can happen to anybody, but
You wouldn't expect it to happen.
you know,
to
you
the,
think
like,
he would just
6,
turn around and be
7
like, "You're dead now."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the pitfall of Hollywood, I
Yeah.
guess. You don't want to be the guy that's like, hey man, don't touch me, keep your hands off me.
I think
He's
it
just
was
like,
like
well, if I do that, then I screw myself. Like
Exactly,
that's the
because
shitty
then-
reality of it.
Yeah.
I think it was like Weinstein. I think.
Ugh,
Probably.
Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Weinstein's
Ugh.
gross. That guy's gross.
He's still in prison, right?
I think he died, didn't he?
I think he's got.
Or no,
Didn't.
he's in
I
prison.
think he
then.
may have, or he got cancer or something.
What?
Something
Yeah,
in
something
prison.
happened
Something
to him.
happened to him in prison.
Karma.
Karma hit his ass.
Good.
You know what's my favorite line in this movie, real quick?
Huh. Yeah.
Or one of them. When they walk by the Starbucks, this is Luke Wilson's
Oh,
first. Luke Wilson's
In
first
Costco.
gotten into the new world, and they're walking by a Starbucks, and he goes, "I could really grab a, I could use a Starbucks right now." And Dak Shepard goes, "Yeah, we don't have time for a hand job."
And he's walking by, he sees Starbucks for men. Everything's for
Yeah.
men. You're like, oh, it's all sex shops. Interesting. I loved the jet skis in the Washington Monument pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it
That's
as-
like one ultimate fuck you to Parliament.
well, and the jet skis are just the douchiest things ever. Like if you see someone on a jet ski, you're like, that person's probably a douche.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wearing white sunglasses. Oh, he's a douche.
came with the jet ski.
pretty much. Crops are okay. Yeah. So where are we at now? Crops are dying. They find Rita.
Oh, because in the White House they're like, help us do something to make the crops grow. And he's like, okay, well, we need water. And they're like, from the toilet?
Yeah, just laughing at him.
Yeah.
Why would you use that stuff from the toilet? That's what we piss in.
Oh yeah, it's because Brondo was like, water's cutting into our profits, so we're gonna get rid of
Yeah,
water.
and they bought the FCC and the FDA.
Yeah. Basically,
Brondo.
Gatorade is Brondo, and it comes out of the taps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got what plants crave.
Yeah. It's got,
Electrolytes.
Got electrolytes.
Yeah.
What are electrolytes?
It's what plants crave. It's electrolytes.
I love how it gets to a point where it's like showing Luke Wilson trying to tell them about water, and then at the very end of like the little montage, he just goes, and eventually I just told them that I could talk to the plants.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's this little scene of him like showing like, yeah, so they just told me that's what they need, and so
And then they're like, okay,
Convince them that they could hear it too. Like, oh yeah.
Well, if you say that, then
I believe you.
So they give him like what, a day, 2 days, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it should be good in a week. We should be fine. It's like, no, 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they start rioting because everyone lost their jobs because Brando stocked.
But
stock
Mayo
dropped.
Rudolph, so the White House starts to get attacked, and Mayo Rudolph thinks it's Scarface coming to get her. The window gets broken, and she wakes up like,
Yeah.
It's a brick.
it's upgrade.
Oh shit, it's upgrade.
I love that everyone worked for Brando. Half the population worked for Brando.
Yeah.
We've mentioned Bezos a couple times.
Yeah.
And,
When-
and the boss of Brando, I can't remember who that was, but he was some sort of a pretty prestigious actor.
I remember him
Yes.
as the Sandman from Spider-Man.
I remember him as the bad guy from George of the Jungle.
He was also in a sitcom.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure he was in a
Also-
sitcom.
Yeah.
the
Wings?
professor.
Yes.
Was it
yeah,
Wings?
Something like that. I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
And the professor in Easy A, the high school teacher.
Oh.
Easy A. Was that
Yeah, you recognize his
Emma
face.
Emma
Stone?
Stone. Yeah.
She's babe.
How do you really feel about it? Her.
Emma Stone, I love you. How about the Fox News anchors? So yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shirts off and tits out. Fox
But-
News.
the trial reenactment.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts of this whole movie, where they're like showing the sketches of the trial, and it's like,
Thank you, Velveeta. Well, it started off boring and slow, with not sure trying to bullshit everyone with a bunch of smart talk. Blah, 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 you gotta believe me. That part of the trial sucked. But then the Chief J just went off. He said, man, whatever, the guy's guilty as shit. We all know that. And he sentenced his ass to 1 night of rehabilitation.
and then he stood up and said like, he's guilty, Your Honor, and he's like, and everyone else was like, yeah, totally, and then it's like the lawyer's ripping his shirt off. Like, what is this artist depiction?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get rehab. He's like, oh, 1 day of rehab, cool. That
Yeah.
sounds all right.
Yeah.
And you realize it's monster trucks with gigantic metal dildos in the style on the front.
I love how the guy, the most famous actor in the world that just gets kicked in the balls on television over and over again, he like comes out to sing the national anthem, and someone just runs out onto the field and just
Kicks him right in the nuts.
Have you ever been kicked in the nuts or the box?
Yeah. It sucks. It
I get that like sick feeling. even
yeah,
thinking
like you're
about
gonna
it.
throw up.
I don't think I have, but I think like in sports.
Wow.
I think in sports,
Taking
I've
a
been more-
basketball to the nuts.
Yeah, like I've
Ooh.
been, yeah.
It's not fun.
Not good.
Sucks.
No.
Sucks.
I don't know how you could do it for a living.
Yeah.
Ticket to the nuts? Yeah, it's true. Fuck. Guy's a champ.
So I wrote down the monster truck announcer had me laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, that's true.
It's time for the dildozer. It's a night of rehab. Then when something breaks, he's like, we're experiencing technological differences.
We seem to be experimenting some technological differences.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that guy.
Did you know that Beef Supreme is Luke Wilson's brother?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
right. I didn't know
Andrew
that.
Wilson?
I didn't know
and Luke Wilson and that guy are Owen Wilson's brothers.
that. Oh, right. Yeah, all
They
together.
are all
Yeah.
brothers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all brothers.
Yeah, I knew Luke and Owen, but I didn't know that the other guy was. And I actually looked it up too. I saw his name was Wilson at the end.
Beef,
but I didn't-
Beef Supreme.
Yeah,
Beef
yeah.
Supreme.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters. Like when you look up the video, like when you
Yeah.
look up cast members, it's just like he was only in it for 4 minutes at the end.
Got to almost light his brother on fire.
That's true. Yeah, he was a pretty big character. In it. Yeah.
So yeah, this is basically the end. The water works, and they end up getting a camera. Well, they get the camera after they go
Yeah,
Starbucks.
they get the camera guy.
What were we supposed to do out here? I don't know, but I got all this money in this camera. Go for a latte.
Yeah. I could go for a latte.
You like lattes? I like lattes. And then, I had this question. Because they're drinking and smoking cigarettes at the end. If everybody's so dumb, like, are the Brando people actually like the smart people? They have to be, because somebody's making cigarettes and booze
Yeah.
500 years into the future.
Yeah.
So there are still
Somebody's.
some smart people pulling
Yeah.
the strings.
Pushing the
So
buttons.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. It's a conspiracy.
So then Luke Wilson becomes president.
President Joe.
They don't even have elections anymore. It's just the current president's like, I'm nominating this guy. This
Yeah.
guy's gonna be it.
Oh, yeah, because he gets nominated vice president first, and then he's going to
Yeah.
leave, and then he realizes the time machine isn't a time machine
Yeah,
at
the
all.
time machine is
It's just a merry-go-round or
Yeah,
whatever.
like a tilt-a-whirl.
Tilt-a-whirl, yeah. But it shows you like history, so it goes across and it shows like Hitler, but it's like Charlie Chaplin, the leader of the Nazi regime.
And then the dinosaurs.
Oh, just think though, like all of our history is becoming more and more digital.
Yeah,
100 years, everything goes down.
Yeah.
Where it's big fires and all the history books disappear.
Yeah.
Then 200, 300 years from now, it's like, what was going on 400 years ago?
It's true.
Make it up. That's what happened before.
That's what
You
they're
just
doing.
Make it
Just
up.
what they're doing right now. People
Yeah.
are making up history.
Making up history.
Couple more things I want to
Yeah.
say. I loved it too at the end when he becomes president. They're like after they do the tilt-a-whirl or whatever it is. Dax Shepard finds the most famous guy in the world that gets kicked on the balls. That's the big TV guy.
Yeah.
And he walks up to him like very like kind-heartedly and goes like, "Oh man, I am such a big fan." And the guy, she's like, "Oh, thanks so much." And he just gives him a fucking swift kick in the nuts.
Oh, there's also Joe's like not greeting, but after he does his speech, he throws up two middle fingers, which is kind of like a nod to Nixon doing the peace.
Yeah.
I
And
also
love
think
how-
of Rick and Morty. It means peace among worlds.
I also love how Luke Wilson gets a huge, like when you become president, you get the big, huge chain with the medallion on it.
Yeah, the
like,
medallions.
Like Flava Flav.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
all the secretaries had those too. I made a note of that. I
Yeah.
totally forgot to mention it. It's like, here's your medallion.
Yeah. And then, so the whole time also, when Luke Wilson first met Maya Rudolph, I can't remember her name in the movie. Rita. She tells Luke Wilson that she is a painter.
Yeah.
Right? That's why she works with and Upgrade's just her manager for painting. So he believes it. And there's a couple times where she says, like, "You can sleep with me." And he's like, "I don't know if Upgrade would like you to be with, strangers sleeping in the same bed." She just howls laughing at him. But so at the very end of the movie, it shows her. They're in the Oval Office, and she's painting his portrait, and it just looks like a third grader painting or whatever.
Oh yeah, because they end up having 3 kids. They have 3 kids, 3 of the smartest kids ever born.
Yeah.
And then Dax Shepard has like 8 kids or 9 kids or something.
Yeah.
Of the stupidest kids ever born.
The stupidest kids ever born. I rated this 6.5 garbage avalanches out of 10 toilet lazy boys. That was my real rating on this one.
Yeah.
Because it was like the set decoration and art decoration was awesome. Like it looked really cool. It was like to me it was like a Fifth Element type future setting.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was well written. It was clever. Like it had a lot of little Easter eggs and stuff in there. Some good cameos, but like it was silly as hell.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 6.5, 7, somewhere in there.
It's like Napoleon Dynamite, kind of silly, just like stupid.
That movie just gets better every time you watch it.
Yeah. Oh, you go.
Doesn't matter.
I gave this a real rating of 5 ass movies out of 10. What? 10 FF. Oh my God.
Huh?
5 ass movies out of 10. I'm going to make it up because I can't read my writing. Tell me what you think this says. 10 FF. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the cigarette brand name.
No, that's not it.
No?
No.
For fuck hoops.
Maybe.
That's it. Solved it.
Yeah.
It was actually an ad in there somewhere.
Yeah. Just like same reasons as Jeff. It was a good watch. It was fun. I was never bored. I didn't check the runtime. It was cleverly written and paralleled with the way the world was and is. And it's so funny seeing like the satirical commentary about how huge corporations are just having a monopoly over everything. Like the Gatorade company reminded me of Disney owning everything and like pumping everything out to give you. But I'd buy it.
Rondo.
Yeah. Rondo.
What you got?
Okay, so I'll probably give it. I actually really like this movie. I was always like a big fan of. I know it's really stupid, silly, but it's like it's a stoner movie. If you smoke some weed and watch it, you're gonna laugh your ass off, right? And I was always a big fan of like Beavis and Butthead and all that. And I know everyone hates that stuff. Like whenever I know, but most people when I put it on, they're just like, I can't. What are you doing? So I actually really like this movie for what it is. Yeah, I know it's obviously silly. I would probably rate it like 7.3 Oscars out of 10. Real Oscars.
Real
Whoa.
solid gold Oscars.
REEL Oscars.
Right on. Yeah, that was Idiocracy.
Boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So you got so you can catch Clint on VIP reviews on YouTube.
Yes.
You got Instagram as well?
Yes, VIP reviews on Instagram, and YouTube, and Facebook. And you can also check out my cannabis reviews. So I do cannabis reviews of legal cannabis from the dispensaries, Canadian cannabis culture on YouTube and Instagram as well.
Wow.
And we'll throw all that up on the screen.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew,
Boom.
pew, 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 pew.
Links.
Links. Well, that was fun.
That was,
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah.
for coming down.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, we'll get you on here again real soon.
Thank you guys so
Right on.
much.
As usual, hit the subscribe button, like it, do all that stuff.
Subscribe.
Smash the subscribe button.
Smash it.
Follow us on YouTube for sure because that's where I want to see all the views.
Yeah.
This is where it's at.
YouTube.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
All right, that's it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Real garbage.